Namaste everyone, my name is Pranav and I belong to Faculty of Law and Governance. And in this session, I'm going to talk about classification of cybercrimes. So in the previous session, I talked about concept of cybercrime and how it happens. And in this session, I'm going to talk about classification of cybercrimes. And if time permits us, then we will also get to know something about cyber contraventions and if at all there are any difference between them. So cybercrimes are of following types: crime on the internet and crimes of the internet, and last is new crimes used for the commission of old crimes. So what are crimes on the internet? These are old crimes which are committed on or through the new medium of the internet. For example, cheating, fraud, misappropriation, defamation, threats, etc. committed on or through or with the help of the internet. Internet with its speed and global access has made these crimes much easier, efficient, risk-free, cheap, and profitable to commit. Now, second is crimes of the internet. So these are new crimes committed with the help of internet itself, such as hacking, planting viruses, and IPR threats. Now, new crimes used for commission of old crimes. So here I can give example of it where hacking is committed to carrying out cyber frauds. Now, classification of cybercrimes on the basis of victims. So it may be broadly classified under three heads. So first would be against individuals, second would be against organization, third would be against society at large. So another category of crime is social and economic cyber crimes, which includes the following: social cyber crimes and economic cyber crimes. Now, social cyber crimes. Social cyber crimes in some countries, problems have arisen by the use of new information communication technologies. For example, trafficking in women and children for the purposes of all form of economic and sexual exploitation. Now, sometimes criminal under pseudo identity enter on internet and involve in the misappropriation of women and children. So main social crimes are trafficking, cyber obscenity, pornography, cyber terrorism, cyber fraud, cyber gambling. Now what are economic cyber crimes? So economic cyber crimes are credit card schemes, system corruption, internet fraud, .com job scams, corporate and political espionage, mafia and drug peddlers, multi-site gambling websites. Now, based on the role of computers, yes, depending upon the role of computers in perpetrating crime, the computer may be involved as a victim of crime or as an instrument used to commit a crime or a repository of evidence related to crime. That is, on three counts we can determine the usage of computer. First being computer as victim of crime, and second being computers being tools of crime, and third being computers as a witness of crime. Now let's try to explore computers as victim of crime. Now a computer or computer network could be the target of an offense wherein the computer becomes the victim. In such cases, the computer's confidentiality, integrity, or accessibility is attacked, and the information stored or the service provided by the victim is stolen, or the victim is crippled or damaged. Such crimes involve disrupting the functioning of the computer system or computer network, corrupting the operating system and programs, theft or disturb data, information, that is market information, intellectual property violations, and blackmailing by using personal information hacked from the computer systems. Examples of this form of computer crimes is the denial of service attacks on popular internet sites like Yahoo, CNN, etc., and the spread of the Melissa and LW viruses and their variants. Now, computer as a tool of crimes. A computer as a tool of crimes is very obvious one. A computer can be used as a tool or an active weapon for committing a crime, which includes fraud, IPR violations, and online transactions of illegal goods, etc. A computer can also be used as any other high-tech equipment for committing traditional crimes, such as crimes includes ATM, this automated teller machines, ATM frauds, credit card frauds involving electronic fund transfer, embezzlement of funds from the banks, telecommunication frauds, counterfeiting, and software piracy. These are all also called assisted crimes. When computer is used as an active weapon for perpetuating the crime, it is also termed as information crime, as it could not be committed in absence of information technology. Computers as a witness to crime. A computer need not be only a victim or a tool, it can also be the witness of an offense. For example, of computers as a witness of crimes are money laundering, illegal banking transactions, bulletin board systems, storage of drug trafficking and transaction record. Further, a computer system may be used to detect information which assist in the criminal and commissioning of the crime. Now, based on nature, source, and motive, crime can be done. So computer crimes, computer-related crimes, and network crimes are basically based on nature, source, and motive of the crime. Computer crimes or computer misuse is a crime committed against a computer system or other digital media. It includes digital crimes such as computer hacking, illegal access, use of backdoors, viruses, and other unauthorized intrusion or abuse. Now comes computer-related crime, obviously, theft, intellectual property, spoliation, software copyright, etc. Now comes data diddling. Now, data diddling is the most common form of computer crime, which is carried out by input manipulations. It involves changing the data with malicious intentions during or before feeding it into a computer and provides undue advantage to a specific party. It also includes adding fraudulent input data, altering the input data, omitting the desired input data, wrongly closing the transaction, making alterations and additions in the master file records, posting the transactions partially, destroying the output, and substituting the counterfeit output. Such types of changes can be affected by anyone associated with the process of creating, recording, encoding, examining, checking, converting, and transporting data that enters a computer. Now comes data leakage. Now, leakage involves illegal copying the master file information of the computer for ransom, blackmailing, or any other fraudulent purposes. Data spying. Data spying is important to note that uh, spying on the sensitive information of a person or her computer network is accessed from a remotely located computer by using the legitimate password or breaking the password. Such data is sometimes sold to others at a very high price. Scavenging. Scavenging, it is a method of obtaining or reusing the information which might have been left after processing in or around the computer system. So all of these are various forms of cyber crimes. Now, cyber crimes and offences under Information Technology Act. So some theorists believe that cybercrime is a wider term and it includes both cyber offences and cyber contraventions. Cyber contraventions are basically civil wrongs, and under Information Technology Act, cyber offences are given in chapter 16. No, pardon. Chapter 11, from section 65 to section 74, whereas cyber contraventions are mentioned under chapter 9 from section 43 to section 45. Now, cyber contraventions under Information Technology Act refers to a civil wrong. Now, it is important to note that law of torts provide remedies for civil wrong, where affected person can compel the wrongdoer to pay damages by way of compensations. However, for cyber contraventions, damages are provided under Section 43, 44 and 45 of the Information Technology Act. Now, Section 43 specifically talks about penalty and compensation for damage to computer. So if any person without permission of the owner or any other person who is in charge of computer system or computer network accesses or secure access to such computer system or network, downloads, copies or extracts any data, introduces or causes to introduced any computer contaminant, damages or causes to be damaged any computer, disrupts or causes disruption to any computer, denies or causes the denial of access, and provides assistance in any sort of activities will be held liable for cyber contravention. Now, compensation for failure to protect data comes under Section 43A. Now, where a body corporate possessing, dealing, or handling any sensitive personal data or information, computer resource which it owns, controls, or operates is negligent in implementing and maintaining reasonable securities practices and procedures and thereby causes wrongful loss or wrongful gain to any person, such body corporate shall be liable to pay damages by way of compensation to the person so affected. And under Section 43A, various rules has been laid down by central government, and these rules have actually effectuated in various uh, raises various concerns regarding fundamental rights. And recently, uh, under an amendment and various rules regarding intermediaries on over-the-top platforms has been introduced by central government, and various concerns has been raised by various authorities on the subject over that amendment. So Section 43 is a hot bone of contention for civil liberties activists. Now, Section 44 talks about penalty for failure to furnish information, return, etc. Section 45 talks about resitory penalty, and Section 46 talks about power to adjudicate. Now we will see in coming sessions about cyber appellate tribunal, where 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 we will see about how cyber appellate tribunal works. Now Section 47 talks about factors to be taken into account by the adjudicating officer. Now, while adjudging the quantum of compensation under Chapter 9 of the Information Technology Act, the adjudicating officer shall have due regard to certain factors, namely the amount of gain of unfair advantage, whether unquantifiable made as a result of certain default, and the amount of loss caused to any person as a result of that very default, the repetitive nature of the default, and the repetitive nature of said default. Now we have seen cyber offences and cyber contraventions, contraven, contraventions. Now we will see in coming session about cyber jurisdiction and cyber appellate tribunal. Till then, thank you.